Dear product managers, do you know that one of the basic things that makes a product a great product isn't the fact that features are being added regularly to an already existing product? No, a good product or a great product is one that have the ability to solve a problem, one that has the ability to remove frictions, one that have the ability to remove obstacle. In today's video, we'll be doing a teardown analysis on Spotify, using it as our masterclass in order to identify the basic features or the basic attributes that a product manager should understand while building a product or while working in a startup. Back then in 2008, one of the major challenges that music industries had was the issue of piracy. A lot of people were stealing music not because they really wanted to, but because it was easy. Labels sued users. Artists were begging their fans, and every strategy they implemented really didn't work until Spotify asked a simple question, which brought the biggest change that we are seeing in the music industry up to date. Now, one of the reasons why a lot of strategies like governments implementing copyright laws and all didn't work for the music industry is because they were not actually trying to solve the root cause. Spotify did a simple thing. They weren't looking at the ownership rights, they were looking at convenience. Hence, they focused on the cause of this piracy. The major areas that they considered before launching their app was one, people want instant access to music, and people didn't want free music. Neither were they considering the processes of maybe trying to own a music, the download process and all. And this gave birth to Spotify because they realized something revolutionary. That is, people are no longer looking at ownership, they were looking at convenience. Now look at these two scenarios. I'm going to create a scenario using other companies and Spotify. Other companies we are asking, how do we sell more music? Whereas Spotify asked, how do we remove the friction between a user and songs? Now think about what happens today with Spotify. Once you open your Spotify, you search for the song, you click on the song, there's no issue of download, there's no issue with storage, complicated setups were eliminated, every click removed friction. So what this simply means was that Spotify was not selling songs, they were actually selling convenience and simplicity. Let's quickly dive into the analysis of Spotify. Number one thing is that Spotify was not building for everybody. Now here is the surprising decision that Spotify made. They didn't launch everywhere at once. Instead, it expanded carefully. There were testings, learning, improvements. Now this is one of the biggest difference between Spotify and other startups. A lot of startups want to conquer the world in one day, whereas Spotify did it one step at a time, removing obstacles by obstacles. Spotify chose validation over speed. Every market became an opportunity to learn. So with every of their launch in a new market, there is always room for improvement. There is always room for modification. Now it is important to note this as a product manager that launch is just the start of every product. The actual work starts when the users start arriving. The second thing that makes Spotify different from other companies is this: Spotify have high retention. Why? Now, if you open Spotify, let's say in a new week, you open your Spotify app, without searching, without thinking, there is already a playlist waiting. How is this possible? This is because Spotify spent years in trying to understand their users. They discover your weekly best songs, your daily mix. Now, one thing you should understand is that these are not random features, they are retention engines. So instead of asking how do we keep users coming, Spotify asks the question, how do we make our users feel understood? And this is purely emotional product design. The more Spotify learns about you, the more it becomes difficult for a user to leave. So this is one of the reasons why Spotify have a high customer retention rate than other music industries that has come into the market so far. The third thing is that Spotify did not allow data collection to replace empathy. Now, it is a general known fact that a lot of apps they collect enormous data, and in the case of Spotify, they tried to create a level of familiarity, a balance in familiarity. They don't recommend what you already listened to, but from what you are used to listening, they created a balance with familiarity, created enough comfort to keep you engaged, enough surprise to keep you curious. Now, this is not just analysis, this is psychology. Best product managers actually combine data with empathy. Now, data helps product manager to understand what a user did, while empathy helps a product manager understand users well. Another biggest surprise that Spotify put in the music industry is that it did not compete with music. No, a lot of music platforms like YouTube, Amazon, Apple, they have songs, but Spotify leveraged on experience, the playlist, the recommendations, personalizations, and their seamless interface, which makes the app feels like it understands its user perfectly. Now, this is why products become very difficult to replace. You can simply say that Spotify did not build an app, they built a habit. Now, from the teardown analysis on Spotify, it is important to note that some of the lessons that a product manager should include in every product build or in their startups are this. If you are building a product, don't ask what features are we adding next. Instead, you should ask what frustration, what obstacle, what friction, what limitation are we actually going to remove. So a good product manager should not chase features, rather they should chase experience. When I talk about experience, I'm talking about the experience of the users who are actually going to be using this product. Spotify actually teaches us product managers that product management isn't just about building anything. No, it is about building a product that solves a unique problem. And you can actually build the right thing when you understand your users very well. One thing I want you to do as a product manager is this: when next you open a Spotify app, don't just look at the recommendations or the songs that you'll be seeing. No, try to observe their onboarding, the search experience, before you now come down to the recommendation. This is because the tiniest product decisions that you barely think of are actually the ones that make the biggest move in the market, and they might actually change a whole lot of things about the way you build a product. Remember, a great product isn't about the features to add, it is about the problem, the obstacles, and the limitations that your product is trying to eliminate or solve. Like, comment, share, and see you in my next video. Bye.